All right, if you're someone who loves to squeeze every last drop of performance out of Linux, you're going to want to listen up. CachyOS just dropped its new Linux 7.0 kernel, and wow, it is packed with custom upgrades you just won't find in a standard release.
And really, that's what CachyOS is all about. It's an Arch-based distribution that's totally laser-focused on one thing, pushing the absolute limits of performance, especially if you're running modern hardware. And let me tell you, this new release really doubles down on that promise.
You see, CachyOS is all about delivering those bleeding-edge features and pure speed gains that power users are always craving. It's like getting tomorrow's performance today. So let's start by breaking down what this distro is really all about.
So, what exactly is CachyOS? Well, in a nutshell, it's Arch Linux with a major focus on maximum optimization right out of the box.
The best way to think about it? It's like Arch Linux, but with a ton of the heavy lifting already done for you. It's designed for people who want the absolute latest software and super high optimization, but maybe don't want to deal with the manual setup and complexity of a pure Arch install.
And that user-friendly approach is a huge part of its appeal. You get to choose from popular desktop environments right from the start, and they even have a custom kernel manager that makes switching between different versions just incredibly simple. This is a big reason it's so popular with gamers and power users who want a system that's already highly tuned the second they boot it up.
Okay, let's get to the real meat of this update. The CachyOS team has taken the brand new Linux 7.0 kernel and added their own special sauce.
The big headline feature here is, without a doubt, the inclusion of something called Intel FRED. FRED, which stands for Flexible Return and Event Delivery, is a new way for the CPU to handle system events and interrupts way more efficiently. It really cuts down on processor overhead, which can be a huge bottleneck in demanding apps. Now, what's absolutely wild about this is that FRED was planned for a future Linux release, but the CachyOS team, they actually backported it, giving their users access way ahead of schedule.
So who gets to benefit from this? Well, this is specifically for people with the very latest Intel hardware. We're talking about the upcoming Core Ultra Series 3 Panther Lake laptops. For anyone picking one of those up, benchmarks are showing some really nice performance gains.
But it's not just about FRED. Oh no! CachyOS also integrated the modern NTFS driver, which gives you a huge performance boost when you're working with Windows drives. They've also patched in MGLRU, which is the smart way to manage system memory to keep things feeling snappy, and they've added other scheduling improvements for smoother multitasking. And this is all on top of the regular hardware support and security benefits you get from the new 7.0 kernel itself.
Okay, so we've gone over the techie stuff, but what does this all actually mean for you, sitting at your computer? Let's talk about the real-world benefits.
That new NTFS driver is a perfect example. If you're a dual boot user or you're constantly swapping files with Windows machines, the difference is, well, it's night and day. Seriously, gone are the days of that slow, kind of unreliable access. With CachyOS, you're getting fast, native-like read and write speeds on those NTFS drives. So to kind of sum it all up, if you've got one of those new Intel laptops, you can expect a very real performance bump. For everyone else, you'll still feel the benefits with smoother multitasking and a more responsive system overall. And you know, by getting these features so early, you're basically running a more future-proof system.
So with all these cool enhancements, the big question is, should CachyOS be your next OS?
You know, while CachyOS has a pretty broad appeal, this new release really shines for a few key groups of people.
This release is practically tailor-made for you if you're planning on getting one of those next-gen Panther Lake laptops, but it's also a fantastic choice if you just want max performance from an Arch system without all the manual tuning, if you're a dual booter, or, you know, if you just love being on the cutting edge with a rolling release distro.
And getting your hands on it? Super straightforward. For a fresh install, you just grab the latest ISO file from their website. Simple. But if you're already on CachyOS, it's even easier. All you have to do is run a system update, and boom, the new kernel will pop right up in their custom kernel manager tool.
At the end of the day, this release just reinforces what CachyOS is all about. It gives you those bleeding-edge features and a highly optimized experience, all built on that solid foundation of Arch Linux, while keeping things totally manageable for you, the user.
So, with its focus on forward-looking performance and real-world quality of life improvements, CachyOS is definitely making a compelling case for itself. The only question left is, will this be your next daily driver?